Rock on with rock hard riffs. This is the Rock and Roll Guitar Channel. Hello there guys, this is Rock Hard Riffs, the Rock and Roll Guitar Channel for the self-taught. In today's video we're going to talk about why people quit playing guitar, and there are generally three basic reasons. So the basic three reasons why people stop playing guitar. The first one is that you just lose interest. It's not your thing, you're not into it, just you know, or maybe something else came up and you're just not into it for the time being. Now what I'm about to say goes for everybody. Don't sell your gear. Trust me on this, don't sell your gear. And keep it somewhere in your invisibility, right, in your line of vision, so that you don't completely forget about it, right? Because someday might come where you're ready to get back into it, and then, crap, you sold that guitar and it was actually a good guitar, you know, all the rest. Don't sell your gear, trust me on that one. Number two, and that is for the people that didn't realize that it kind of takes a lot of work to play the guitar, and sometimes it's painful. Well, one thing you might want to do is maybe pick up a classical guitar instead. They have nylon strings, and the strings are spaced out more. The fretboard is wider than, say, definitely an electric or even an acoustic. It's a wide fretboard, and it tends to be very, very flat. The radius is very flat. That might be comfortable for some people. That might be uncomfortable for some people. Check it out in your store. But it might be the guitar is just not suited to your hand. You never know. I would recommend a first guitar or something like this. This is an Epiphone Les Paul Special. Very inexpensive, but it plays well and it sounds great. So that's that. Maybe another guitar will help you. You never know. But keep trying. And just know that you're going to develop calluses eventually. If you keep practicing, I know it's painful, but if you keep practicing, you're going to develop calluses. And of course, give your fingers a break. They say the guitar is easy to learn to play and extremely difficult to master. Yeah, I'd agree with that, except it's sometimes can be really difficult just to learn how to play. Stick with it, you know, develop some discipline, and next thing you know, you might be the next great player out there. Number three is ridicule, or people just giving you a bunch of crap. You suck, why you put that thing down, you're no good, get out of here, right? A lot of the time, that is projection from people that tell you that you suck, right? They're actually saying to you how they feel about themselves. And a lot of the time, very verbal hecklers or people that are very verbal about that sort of thing, I would say that's probably what the issue is. They're just projecting their own self-hate onto you. You know, it happens. It's unfortunate, but that's how it is sometimes. Now, there are other people that you might misconstrue. They're actually giving you criticism that's going to help you, right? So constructive criticism, but you take it personally, right? And you think, oh, they're telling me I suck. And think about this. Now, sometimes people that are being nice to you are not necessarily your friend. And some people that are being like overly mean to you are not necessarily your enemy. Now, take this case in point. When I was younger, I worked at a radio station. Right? And I loved the place, loved the job, but I just came this one time, it was like a week or a few days, whatever it was, I just started having a bad attitude. And you know how it is, sometimes you just get a bad attitude, whatever the reason. And my boss called me into his office at the radio station, and man, did he let me have it. He gave it to me good. Now, I could have taken it real personally. Of course, it hurt my feelings. But I could have really taken it personally and been really immature about it and told him, F you, you suck, how you dare you say that to me, blah, blah, blah. I could have taken that attitude. Or, like what I did is I was hurt by it, but he's the boss, I took it. I went outside and I thought about it, and I thought, you know, he's right. But my feelings are still hurt. So my feelings are still hurt. What are you going to do about that? And then I thought, it's like somebody just smacked me in the face, you know. And I thought, you know, he's not only right, but he's the boss. This guy runs this place. It's his place of work. It's his office. It's his neck that's on the line for this radio station. And he doesn't need anybody around that has a bad attitude. That sort of thing can be like infectious. It can spread through the office, and that's the last thing he wanted. And I don't blame him a bit. And I thought about that, and I thought about it. And I went back into his office later, like 6 months later, and I said, you know, Steve, I really do love this place, and I want to stay here, and I want to be a disc jockey myself. And he kind of looked at me, kind of smirking, kind of smiling, like, right, okay, well, you go get your broadcasting license, and then we'll talk about it. So I went and got my broadcasting license, and we talked about it. And I became a disc jockey for a short time. So again, I took something that was potentially kind of ugly, and it was actually all of my fault. He wasn't projecting onto me. It was me projecting onto him potentially with me taking it personally, right? He did me the biggest favor that he could have done by chewing my rear end out like he did. So those who are mean to you are not necessarily your enemy. And you know, other people that like kind of smile too much or just too nice to you for some reason. It's like they want something from you. You know what I mean? Like, you want my money? Are you selling me something? What is with that? So don't necessarily trust that either. Those that will tell you, oh, you're so great, oh, I love you, fantastic, right? Don't give that too much credence either, would be my advice. So there it is, guys. Either people just lose interest for the most part. Other people, it's too painful and they just didn't really realize what they got themselves into. Or other people are being ridiculed and they want to put it down because they don't want to take that kind of nonsense. I understand that. But if you love music and if you love the guitar, keep on going. Just ignore the haters, whatever you want to call it. Just keep on going and do your thing. Alright guys, thanks so much for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this. Please add your advice in. We really appreciate that too. Alright guys, see you next video.